The cries of a newborn echoed through the stillness of the river valley, swallowed by the gurgling current that had long witnessed the grief of men. The river was no stranger to sorrow, but that night, its waters carried something new, hope wrapped in helplessness. Nayan sat on a flat stone under the big old odum tree, staring into the river. A brilliant yet lonesome boy, he had lived alone in the village since the death of his parents. The elders called him gifted, the children called him strange. But the earth whispered to him, and the stars seemed to blink their secrets only to his eyes. As the sun dipped behind the horizon, he heard it, a soft, urgent cry. His heart pounded. He scanned the river, and there it was, a woven basket bobbing along the current. Inside, a baby girl, barely wrapped in cloth, wept as the water threatened to swallow her whole. Without thinking, Nayan plunged into the river. The current tugged at his limbs, but he reached the basket and pulled it ashore. He lifted the child, soaked and shivering, into his arms. There was no name, no message, only fate. He called her Fiku, meaning a gift from the unknown. Years passed, and Fiku blossomed into a beautiful, wise young woman. Under Nayan's care, she learned not only how to survive but how to see the world through his eyes, full of wonder, despite hardship. The bond between them deepened, becoming something more than kinship. Nayan, now a young man of striking mind and spirit, often found himself lost in her presence. He feared what his heart was whispering. But one night, under the moonlight, Fiku took his hand and smiled. "You have given me life twice," she said. "First from the river, then from your heart." Their love was a quiet revolution. Together, they built a life on the edges of the village, cultivating the land, trading, and earning respect. Whispers of their success traveled beyond the hills. Nature blessed their union, and soon Fiku became pregnant. Her pregnancy brought light to a darkened village. Women from nearby clans came to offer herbs, songs, and blessings. The elders, even those once skeptical of Nayan, visited with gifts, saying, "This child shall bring change." But blessings often attract envy. One stormy morning, the skies darkened unnaturally. Strangers clad in iron and rage descended on their land. No one knew where they came from, but they came with hunger, for power, for dominance. Nayan and Fiku fought to protect what they had built, but they were overpowered. Their property seized, their people beaten, their voices silenced. Their home became a camp of forced labor, their lives bound by invisible chains. Still, in the shadows, Fiku gave birth to triplets. They named the girls Nkebom, unity, and Tumi, authority, and the boy Awadzon, strength. The names were chosen not from joy, but from defiance, a prophecy of what they hoped their children would become. Life under occupation was harsh. Nayan and Fiku were made to till the land they once owned, enduring beatings, hunger, and humiliation. But they never allowed bitterness to steal their dignity. They raised their children with stories of freedom, with secret lullabies that spoke of stars, rivers, and warriors of old. From the moment they could speak, the children showed signs of divine favor. Kori had visions in her sleep of places and people she'd never seen. Tumi could sway minds with words, calming storms with a glance. Awadzon possessed strength beyond his age, able to lift stones no man dared touch. They knew they were different, and their parents nurtured their gifts in secret. The villagers, though afraid to show it, revered the children, calling them silently in Samanfomfroma, the winds of the ancestors. Though born into bondage, the triplets grew with purpose. Nayan told them stories every night of freedom, of the ancestors, of a time before the invaders. "Your blood remembers," he would say. "Your spirit knows where it comes from." They trained by moonlight, practiced their skills in the forest, and learned from the hidden scrolls Nayan had buried before the invasion. Fiku taught them healing with herbs and the sacred drum rhythms that could call both man and spirit to action. One day, Awadzon stood before his father and said, "The time is near. We see it. We feel it. In their 16th year, the triplets began to act. Nkebom united the scattered people with her visions of liberation. Tom strategized, turning whispers into plans. Awadzon trained silently, his strength becoming the stuff of legend. They struck first during the harvest festival, when the invaders were drunk with celebration. Fires erupted, chains were broken, and the people rose. Battle cries filled the air, and for the first time in years, the land tasted rebellion. The fight was brutal.